Hey guys, it's the Deej. I really appreciate you coming here to this video, and I know your time is valuable. I don't want to waste a minute of it. So, to click over on something is a big deal, and I understand that right now. But I wanted to tell you this is really important. What you're doing right now in the sales world, you have to understand, if you want to make it big and really make big money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of you out there have had big months like that. You people have had it. Whenever I do presentations, I ask, have you had a $10,000, a $20,000, $30,000? How many people have had a $100,000 month? And the sales business can afford that to you if you treat it like a business. And that's the first thing I want to talk to you about. It's when I first decided, when I understood, when I had my deli, that if I was in the store, and this was as a 22-year-old or 23-year-old, if I was in the store doing something that a $7 an hour person could do, that's all I'm worth. That's all my dad told me. He walked into the store one day and he said, "Danny, how much do you pay somebody to work behind the counter like you?" And I said, $7 an hour. And he goes, "Yeah, pretty much that's what you're worth." Walked out. The bastard. But he taught me a valuable lesson. How valuable are you? If you're just doing the paperwork that you have to do, if you're just doing that you could pay somebody $10 an hour to do, or you can get a virtual assistant, or you could do something online, or you can get it from Fiverr or what have you. If you're not outsourcing that stuff that you could do for $7 and you're spending that time, that's all you're worth. So I want you to think about your job, thinking about what you do all day. There's only three parts of sales. There's lead generation, there's production, and then there's follow-up, and there's the selling and stuff. Now, you got to do what you're really good at. A lot of times people are account reps, and you're just dealing with the account, and that's taking up all your time. That's not earning you any money. That's just taking up all your time. Think of a way that you can automate that you can help that. Maybe you can get an assistant yourself to deal with the day-to-day like that. So you could spend time, go ahead and servicing and trying to get new clients and new sources of income that you can grow from there. And I'll tell you how it worked. When I was in the deli, when I went out, what am I going to do when I go out? I went out and I started selling catering. And all of a sudden I realized I could earn more money from the catering, plus I was earning less money from the deli because I wasn't working there. I had to pay somebody to replace me. But that quickly, went to zero when I started selling the catering jobs. And then as I'm selling the catering jobs, I was, why should we even do the catering jobs? I hired another caterer. I had a deli. I hired another caterer to do the job, and I would just get commission on it. And then when I was doing catering jobs, you would do bachelor parties and things like that. And so I said, well, I can do the bachelor party. And so bachelor parties have entertainment. So I got the entertainment, and I would get a cut off of that. And then I would rent the hall and rent the venue, and I would get a cut off of that. And I realized I was earning more money in the sales than I was in the store altogether, buttering rolls and making sandwiches. Ultimately, I sold the store because I realized the real value was in sales. Sales is a business. Your job is a business. My dad taught me this a long time ago. He said, "Danny," with his little accent, his little French accent, "Danny, if you have a job, you have one customer, and he's called a boss. And if he gets a wild hair up his rear end, decides to fire you, you got nothing. But if you're a salesman," in my case, I was a salesman. You could be a saleswoman, a salesperson. "Well, then you have 100 bosses, but they're called customers. And if one of them fires you, who cares? You got 99 more." See, security in life doesn't come with having a job. Security comes with knowing how to earn an income. So if I could ask you to do anything, and the reason for this whole thing is that outsourcing work that you don't want to do is not a detriment on your character. You've not lost anything. A lot of people, I could do it all, I'm strong. I'm telling you, managing other people doing this stuff is your road to riches. In the future, your success will be dependent upon how you can manage your day. As hard as I work, and I work harder than anybody else. That's my thing. When I had my staffing business, I would get all the business by walking. I would literally walk and cold call on people, and I would wear the soles out of my shoes. And so the last time I kept them, I should have had them now, but I would keep the soles of my shoes. And sometime during a sales call, when someone asked, why should we use you instead of anybody else? I would take out my soles of my shoes with little holes in them right there. And I'd look at them, I say, you see these things? They're 3 months old. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can work harder than me. And it's true. But the fact is, I still only have 24 hours in a day. I can hire people to do everything, and so can you. And now it's not just, even my son. My son started a little junk removal business. He was like 12 years old, 13 years old. He was doing a house and a lady's pool was cracked. And so the lady says, well, can you fix the pool? And he's like, I got a guy. So he came home and he called a bunch of people, and he called 3 pool companies. And the pool companies, he says, if you go there and you get the job, you give me $100. And they said, yeah. So one of the 3 got the job, and he earned $100 for doing nothing. But he learned the value of sales as a business. So whatever you're selling now, it could be managed services, it could be roofing. I don't care whatever it could be pool supplies, it could be anything, whatever it is, from enterprise accounts to nothing. I want you to smaller things, not nothing. I want you to look at your day. See how much time you're actually spending in front of a customer. And if you're spending most of your time cold calling, you probably can outsource that. We do that for people. It's $20 an hour. If you're spending most of your day doing proposals, you probably can outsource that. You can have a virtual assistant go ahead and do those proposals. If you're spending most of your day doing that which you're not really good at, outsource it. It'll make your day better, and you'll start spending time doing the profitable things and spending the time with your family and friends, which is also profitable. You'll be living, not just working. So I wanted to let you all know that. Please, we can give you ideas on how you could do it with your life, on how you could take care of your business life. We'll offer a free consultation with one of our consultants here. Won't be much selling going on. You'll probably get pounded a little at the end. But the idea is we'll take a look at your day and look at what you're doing and where you can outsource and who can do it for you, and we'll help you do that. So I'll talk to you next time. Check out the email. Contact us. If not, watch this video over and over. People tell me that it's slightly motivational. You go get them today. You're worth it. Thanks a lot.